Hi guys, this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. It's time for card number 2 in the 12 Days of Christmas card series. And here it is. I love this little pot-bellied stove. I think it's so cute. Now I used, where is it? Here we go. I used Country Life for the pot-bellied stove. And I'm going to show you where that is in the manual and give you the size. And for the little rug down here, I used George and Basic Shapes, and I'll show you where that is too. This is a portrait style card. It opens this way. Nothing on the inside yet. I like to personalize my cards right before I send them, so I generally don't do the inside, which is why I never show it to you, because I have nothing in there yet. But this is a portrait style card. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is kind of a dark craft colored cardstock. Then I have a burgundy matte, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have this really cute little light and darker brown. I don't know if you call this plaid or gingham matte, but this is 3 3/4 by 5. And that paper, as well as this little paper right here for the rug, came from this Die Cuts with a View Christmas combo matte stack. This is from last year, and it had so many great papers in it that I probably won't buy another stack for Christmas this year, because I've still got plenty of this, and I have a 12 by 12 as well. So you'll be seeing lots more of this one. But for my little stove, my little pot-bellied stove, I love it. That's on page 62 in the Country Life cartridge. There it is right there. I cut this part right here out of black, and I cut the little stove at 4 inches. And I don't know if you can see, but right there on the little coffee pot, it's got like a little swirl. I guess that's like steam coming out of it. Well, I just snipped that off. First of all, I didn't like it. I thought it just didn't look very, I don't know. I just didn't like it. But it would have come across my sentiment, so I just took my scissors and snipped that right off. But I cut this back in black, and then this part right here I cut in a light gray, and then over here on layer 1 I cut that part out of a darker gray, as well as the little coffee pot. And I took some of this same burgundy to cut this little tiny band that goes around the top of the coffee pot. And all of that was done at 4 inches, and I used some creamy brown chalk ink, which is one of my favorites, to go around and kind of smudge over it to give it an old look, like you would think of for a little pot-bellied stove. Now down here for my rug, I used George and Basic Shapes, and on page 96 I used oval number 2, which is kind of a flat oval, and I cut that oval at 3 1/4 inches, and I cut the little polka dot part of the rug at 3 1/4 inches, and then the shadow I used the same burgundy, and that's also at 3 1/4 inches. And I used the creamy brown chalk ink on that as well as my burgundy and my plaid matte. Now for my sentiment, I used Cardz TV Home for Christmas stamps, and here it is. I used Warm Winter Wishes. Love that one. And I stamped it on here with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and this is ivory cardstock, which I've also inked with the creamy brown chalk ink. And I used my EK Success label punch, and I don't know the name of this one, but I love the shape of it. But I used that to punch that out. And I've got my little pot-bellied stove on 2 thicknesses of foam tape, and I just slipped the little label right under there. Added a burgundy button, and I didn't have any light brown embroidery floss, so I went ahead and used some ivory, and then I took that same chalk ink and just inked over it a little bit, so it gives it a little bit of a brown look. But I love this little card. I can remember sitting around the pot-bellied stove at my grandmother's, my dad's mom, sitting in her front room, as she called it, and she'd have her little stove going, and I just love that. So I really, really have some good memories about pot-bellied stoves. And my husband's grandparents also had one, and we'd sit there. The front of you would be nice and toasty warm from the pot-bellied stove, and the back of you would be freezing. It was really funny, but I just have so many good memories of that. But this is card number 2, guys, in our Christmas series. Thanks so much for coming by today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye now.